I sometimes wonder how different the society would be if sex education had been taught properly, openly, honestly, and without fear or shame. Because for a long time, many conversations around sexual purity were directed mainly at women. The focus was often on virginity, keeping yourself, being pure for marriage. And because a woman's virginity was treated as something more visible and measurable, the responsibility for sexual discipline gradually became a woman's sole responsibility. Meanwhile, these same men grow up without the same level of accountability. Nobody cares if a man is a virgin or not. The message is often different. Women are usually taught to preserve themselves, while men are often excused with men will always be men. It's a man's world. Men are polygamous in nature. And this imbalance created problems because sexual discipline was no longer seen as a shared responsibility, but as something expected more from one gender. But imagine if people were taught something deeper from the beginning. That is, sex is not just a moral issue, it's also a health issue, an emotional issue, and a responsibility issue. Imagine if abstinence, faithfulness, and commitment were taught not mainly from fear or religious pressure, but from understanding consequences and protecting emotional and physical well being. People might make healthy decisions or healthier decisions, as the case may be. Because when people truly understand emotional attachment, trust, sexual health, the mental effects of betrayal, the importance of discipline, they may approach relationships differently. And honestly, one thing I still struggle to understand is the idea of cheating back. If cheating hurts you deeply, why respond by doing the same thing to yourself? Someone cheated on you, then you go to cheat back on the person. With whose body? It's not your body you're using to cheat on that person. They don't understand. Why spread more damage in the name of revenge? It may feel justified emotionally, but it doesn't solve the original problem. And that same pain is still going to be repeated over and over again. That's why I believe many of these issues go deeper than just relationships. They point back to how people were raised, what society normalized, and the kind of conversations we avoid having, honestly. Real sex education should not just teach biology. Yeah. It should teach responsibility, discipline, emotional awareness. There is no topic on emotional awareness in most of our schools. We need to know this. It should also teach respect for oneself because if you really love and respect yourself, you wouldn't distribute yourself to people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Different people wouldn't have access to your body. And people should also know the long-term effects of unhealthy sexual behaviors because when people understand the reason behind discipline, they are more likely to practice it willingly, not just out of fear. And maybe then, we would have fewer broken relationships, fewer unhealthy patterns, fewer people hurting each other in the name of love. So we owe it to the next generation to teach them correctly, to pass on the proper knowledge because so far so good we've been plagued with a knowledge that doesn't serve us and can't sustain the society. That's why you have a lot of marriage fail, relationship ending in hurts, people hurting themselves here and there, all in the name of love.